This is the Walter Bacon podcast where I highlight some of the most practical and game-changing B2B AI startups. And today I'm with my friend Shubha Nabar. She holds a PhD in computer science from Stanford University and is the co-founder of Faros. Faros is building the system that makes AI engineering actually work at enterprise scale. It observes how AI agents and engineers work together across the SDLC, generates context that keeps AI accurate, and turns AI spend into shipped engineering outcomes. So Shubha, it's great to have you today.
Thank you, Walter. It's nice to be here.
Well, let's get right into the problem that you're solving. I've heard you say that there's a lot on CTOs' minds right now, and it seems to be the same pain problems. What are they thinking about right now?
Well, so as you know, AI has made it incredibly easy to generate more code, right? Lots of more code. But it hasn't actually made it easier to ship better software. So right now, engineering organizations are sort of drowning in activity. There's lots of code being written, agents running amok, token spend skyrocketing. And at the same time, nobody has real clarity on whether outcomes are actually improving. So end-to-end feature velocity, quality, system reliability. Are teams even working on the right problems? And so Faros connects to all your engineering systems and gives organizations visibility to be able to answer that question. And and increasingly, on top of that, it's now giving AI context. So it's been giving humans visibility for a while, but now it's giving AI context. You see, every team is rebuilding the same harness around AI from scratch, the rules, the context, the evals, the guardrails. And all of it is improvised, all of it is isolated, and this is where Faros comes in. We observe how humans and AI are actually building software together. We provide the operational context to make AI effective at enterprise scale, and we connect all of that AI usage to actual engineering outcomes.
Well, I've heard you talk about some of the pricing changes and models with Anthropic and Cursor. And so is that driving CTOs to really look at this right now?
All the last couple of years, everyone was told to like use AI, use AI, use AI. And so everybody used AI and there was a lot of token maxing, but now people are asking, well, what about the outcomes? Let's start outcome maxing instead. And so, the shift that's been happening in the last 6 months, it's so much bigger than individual use engineers using Copilot. You have entire engineering organizations that are now being run on agents, right? Agents
Mm.
opening PRs, reviewing code, deploying systems, coordinating work. And that sort of requires a whole new system layer underneath it that understands all the engineering context. And Faros is uniquely positioned to be able to build that because we're connected to all the engineering systems.
Mhm.
We have the engineering data model, and we've been building that operational context long before this current agent wave arrived.
Well, I heard you mention a lot about the number of connectors that you guys have. So can you talk a little bit about why that's so important?
Yeah, because engineers like working with best of breed software, right? And we like to meet engineering teams where they are. So we don't try to enforce a certain way of working or a certain set of processes. You don't have to be using Jira for Faros to be able to work with you. You can even work with your own homegrown system. And we have the ability to ingest data from whatever system you're working with in your engineering org.
So I heard you also talk about not just bringing observability and visibility, but actually bringing improvement. So talking about improving the way the agents work and giving them context, that's going to decrease spend greatly. So can you talk about how that's done?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge in AI engineering right now is context. So most of these AI tools, they break down in, they're great at greenfield applications, but they break down in real enterprise environments because they don't understand the architecture, the conventions, the tribal knowledge, the decisions that were made 3 years ago that nobody documented. And so AI is great in greenfield applications, but it's much less successful in these massive, messy enterprise code bases. And what's becoming increasingly clear to us is that all of that operational context that Faros already collects across code and tasks and incidents and code reviews and deployments and people, it's exactly the context that AI
Mm.
agents need to be successful. And so a huge part of what we're working on now is how do we surface this ever fresh, continuously updated context to actually make agents dramatically more effective inside complex enterprises. And so these are like, there's some deep systems, infrastructure, and machine learning problems to solve here. And it's some of the most interesting problems in software engineering right now, I would say.
But tell me a little bit about how customers are expanding with you once they try you out and they get going with you. I've heard you say that most every customer expands their use of you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's absolutely true. We work with engineering organizations that have tens of thousands of engineers, and often they start off with just a simple use case. Like they want to measure their DORA metrics or they want to measure their AI adoption. And then over time, as they start to see some of their data in Faros and all the insights that they get from it, there's this sort of data gravity effect where they start putting more and more different types of data in there, and the use cases just multiply.
What's the best way for people to get in touch if they want to learn more?
So the best way to learn more about Faros.ai is to actually see your engineering data inside Faros. You can learn more by going to our website, www.faros.ai, and filling out a form for a demo, or you can also just reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Well, Shubha, this has been really cool learning about your solution at Faros, and I look forward to watching the success and adoption of the company.